Joie and Mandy, everything divorce related. We can put the S back in your ex appeal. Joie and Mandy, friends you didn't know you needed on my ex appeal. And everything divorce podcast.
Hello and welcome to My Ex Appeal, your everything divorce podcast. My name is Joey Camaro and I'm here with
Mandy Baker.
And we are the friends that you didn't know you needed.
Exactly.
So if you are new here, welcome to the party, bitch. And if you're back, welcome back.
Happy to have you back.
So Mandy, let's talk about some celebrities who got divorced, because I don't know about you, but when I read about these celebrities getting divorced, and I actually get sad as if it were my parents. Is that weird?
No, I don't think so. Maybe a little, but no.
I feel like, so I'm one of those people. So if I saw a celebrity, I try to act cool. Like I'm not like, I would never, like I watch people scream at celebrities. I'm like, that's bizarre to me. That's bizarre behavior. However, internally, I'm really excited and I feel like I know these people and I think I'm friends with them.
Well, have you ever met a celebrity?
I mean, you know what? That's a good question. It depends on, like, you mean like an A-list celebrity?
Or just like anybody that you maybe watched their TV show, or did you say anything to them?
I've talked to a couple people, but like cool about it. Not.
Oh, I was such a dork.
Who would you talk to?
Such a dork. You know, Gas Monkey, I think it was a car show. He's local in Dallas, and my ex-husband used to watch it all the time. And at the time, my ex-husband liked to have a TV in the bedroom, so we had the television in the bedroom. And so I was on a plane to Minnesota, and he was going to look at a car in Minnesota, and we were walking down to go get our bags together. And I just looked at him, and I was like, I do believe you're in my bedroom every night.
That's a good one.
And he was like, what? I was like, well, we watch your show. So that was my cornmeal moment of trying to be cool, obviously.
That's hilarious. We went to the Today Show when I was like, I mean, we had kids, my ex-husband and I, and we were in New York. We got up at like 3 a.m. and we're going to go stand outside at the Today Show. Right. And so we're standing, do you know what I'm talking about? When you stand outside up against like the fence. And so we're like, oh, when the camera pans around, people go crazy. We're like, that's so ridiculous. I was like, I'm just going to like throw up the peace sign, like do like duck face. You know what I mean? I had it all planned out. And then, so, when it finally, we were there forever too. And then finally, when they started the show and the camera pans around and you see the camera going around the little square, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And it's getting closer to me and it's getting closer to me. And I start getting nervous. Right. And I thought I was going to be so cool because like it's not like I'm being interviewed on the Today Show. And all of a sudden it's panning around, it's getting closer, 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 closer. And I could feel my heart beating faster and faster. And then all of a sudden I stood up like really tall and I started like shaking. And I started smiling really big. And my hand went up and I was going to do the peace sign, but my hand went all 5 fingers up. And all of a sudden I just started going, I started screaming. I was waving hysterically and screaming like a lunatic.
I can't. My cheeks hurt so bad from laughing.
Hilarious. My heart's beating fast right now thinking about it. Like I was like, I didn't know what. Like I was being possessed. I was like, here comes the camera. Oh my god, you're gonna be on TV. And it was like for like 1 second.
You were gonna be like really cool, and then you really.
I was gonna be so cool. And I was not.
If anyone has film,
oh my god, I was like,
doing that, I would love to see it because that is awesome.
I was so mad at myself afterwards. So anyway, but so
there are no redos.
Other than that, I haven't met like any like big time celebrities. I don't know how I would ask, but I do feel like, that I'm friends with them. So when I read about this stuff, I get like sad in a way, even though we're in the divorce business, if I guess that's what you say, the divorce, but like, so not that I'm desensitized to divorce, but we talk a lot about divorce and I still am like, I can't believe that they got divorced. But I guess they're real people too, Mandy.
They are. They are.
And it's
I
got
just
to be
want to know who
difficult.
it's going to be difficult. And I just don't know who we're talking about. So
Okay.
these are live reactions because I'm going to look it up on my phone.
Well, I want to see if you even
and
know
do a
these people.
snapshot.
I want to know
Okay.
if you're friends with these people too. But Leah Remini just announced on August 29th that her and her husband, Angelo, are
Okay.
filing for divorce. Did you know she was married for over 2 decades? Like they've been that's why when I read about it, I was like, wow, that's like crazy.
Isn't she the one that exposed Scientology?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly who she is. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and if she's a person that I feel like I'm friends with.
Yeah, I could see that. Because
So,
she's real. Like
yeah,
she's real.
She's hilarious. I listened to her.
Yep.
Have you listened to her book, Mandy?
No, but I have a credit on Audible, so I will download it.
You will be obsessed. Like you won't be able to stop listening to it. It's so good. So anyway, so we became friends when I listened to that book. I mean, obviously
Okay.
I watched obviously watched her on TV, like I know who she is and whatever movie she's been in. Right?
Troublemaker?
Yes. So good.
Okay.
And then when I listened to that book, I was like, oh, got it. We're friends now.
Love
And
it.
so when I read about this divorce, I was like, that's so sad. But I'll tell you what I know about it. So they've been together for over 2 decades. They're both filing for divorce, right?
Okay.
They have a daughter together that they raised, and they just decided that they basically grew apart and it's time to move on. It sounds very amicable. And this was interesting. She said, they want to celebrate that the fact that they both raised their incredible daughter, and that from their perspective, this marriage was a huge success.
Oh,
I thought that was interesting.
that's interesting.
Their marriage was a success.
That's a very nice way to put it.
Because most people say that your marriage is a failure
Yeah.
if you're getting a divorced.
And they're in their 50s.
Yep. So I think they probably just got to this age. But here's the crazy thing though. She's friends with J-Lo. They're like really, really good friends.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Huh.
So what's that about? Is divorce contagious, Mandy?
Maybe that's why you lose friends during a divorce.
I almost feel like maybe divorce is contagious in a sense that you see a friend going through it and you're like, if they can do it, so can I, and then they get bold enough to do it.
I can see that, but J-Lo's been through so many divorces.
I know.
So if you're friends with her, like what makes this one special? Unless
True.
this is the one where it's like, nope, now's my time too. Like I've been thinking about it and gosh, you've done it 8 times or whatever. I can do it once.
Yeah. And I was actually, to be honest, I was sad about this divorce with J-Lo and Ben.
I wanted them to thrive too. If we can jump between celebrities. Yeah, I wanted them to succeed. I really did.
I'm friends with Ben as well.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. We go way back.
You go way back.
Yeah, Goodwill Hunting days. So that was a
Yep.
long time ago. So we go way back. I'm not friends with J-Lo.
Oh, I am. I love her.
Oh, okay. I like her from afar, but I'm not friends with her. But I am friends with Ben.
Well, I think she wouldn't be my friend, but I admire her for coming from our world, how she takes care of herself and works out in her dance and all the things, and her
She's gorgeous.
tenacity and hard work. And
Yeah.
but I think she has an this is totally my opinion.
Yes.
I think there might be such thing as an addiction to the honeymoon stage.
Yeah. Well,
And
but is that saying that you think that it was her fault?
No,
Okay.
not at all. I don't think so. I think if the guy that you're with knows that you have that need and that feeling, then what he did to get you is what he needs to do to keep you. So if your friend Ben stopped with the romance and whatever he was doing when they first got together, knowing that she needed that and that stopped, then she didn't communicate a need and he didn't listen.
So I've heard, this allegedly, as Wendy Williams used to say, Allegedly, she's an asshole.
Oh, is she?
That's what I've heard. I've
Allegedly.
heard from various sources that
Interesting.
she is an asshole. Like she's not nice.
Okay.
But people say he's an asshole.
Well, I could see that on both ends.
But he's from the Boston area, and we're all assholes. And we're a different type of asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can see people
I don't
thinking he's
know.
a dick, but he's from this area, and that's normal. But I heard he's just, I don't know. I've heard allegedly
know.
he cheats and he's not nice. But I've heard she's an asshole to people who work for her.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, I mean, I'm sure they probably just saw it as, oh, a love story where they get back together and it'll be a big deal. And then they got back together and they were like, fuck this.
yeah, and they both had kids and exes and career. I mean, not to disgrade anybody else's career, but there's a level of stress that comes, I'm sure, with being a mega movie star millionaire.
Why didn't he just stay with Jennifer Gardner? That seemed like a fit. It seems like she takes care of him.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm not friends with her, but I would like to be.
With Jennifer Gardner?
Yeah, I would like to be friends with her.
I think she's so Pollyanna, and sometimes I need a little bit of a thundercloud in there. I'm like, you can be Pollyanna all day long, but it's not sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like, give me a thundercloud. Let me see some emotion. Let me see your bad side. Let me just see it. You don't have to live there. I just need to know you have it.
I don't know what Pollyanna means.
Pollyanna, she was the fictional character that always saw the good in everything. Like nothing went bad. I'll send it to you later.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah,
Okay,
I see what you're saying, and because she's adorable. That's why.
Yeah,
she's
that's
cute.
why.
And
She's
so,
cute.
yeah, but it seems like she took care of him and kind of kept him on the straight and narrow. I don't know, but J-Lo. So I watched their documentary, which wasn't great, by the way. J-Lo's documentary about how she was making that film and she was using her own money. I think it's on Netflix.
I saw Halftime, but I didn't see that one.
So it was, and it was Jen and Ben were together, and it was she was doing the greatest love story never told or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And she was literally reading his love letters.
Oh.
And so they cut to him at one point and he was like, if it's the greatest love story never told and we're telling it, is it
Why
never
are we
told?
telling it? Yeah,
so he seemed like really uncomfortable about that. And then you watch on the internet all the time and it's like, it's her and she's like, she was dancing and then she took a break and she's like looking in the mirror and she's like, her hair's messy, but she's friggin' perfect. Like it doesn't matter if she's sweaty.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
She just never looks bad. And she was like, this just reminds me of back in not Brooklyn, but the Bronx. And she was like, when I was on the streets of the Bronx. And so like on the internet, people like shred her. They're like Jenny from the block. Like that was so long. Like you're not from the Bronx anymore. You're like a rich girl in Los Angeles. And you keep talking about like, this reminds me of my time in the Bronx, which I get it. Obviously childhood, you reminisce. But so I just wonder what it's like to live with that all the time. You know what I mean?
It's exhausting, probably.
Yeah, like so she like her.
It's exhausting.
She's one of those people that success. It seems like I don't know. Again, I'm not friends with her. Remember, I'm friends with Ben, but it seems like her like success is so important to her that she'll stop at nothing. She doesn't care that you wrote love letters. Like those are going online. That's happening.
She sees everything as a business
move
instead of no. I poured my heart and soul out to you. Don't share that, Yeah. It's between the two of you. Yeah, I'd be pissed if I wrote a love letter and
it was on.
But it was on.
But Leah Remini, that one was like, I felt like that one was sad because I think it's because they've been together for like 25 years.
For sure.
And that was wow, why? Like it seems like they've been through a lot, especially with her being through like Scientology and stuff. Like that's a lot to go through.
That is a lot to go through, and it's a lot to and he was with her through the documentary and all the things. So, but to call it a success is,
I
think
guess
that's a beautiful ending.
so. You know who else got divorced? I don't know if you watch Vanderpump Rules or those shows. You don't? Okay, so Jax Taylor. So
No, I don't know who that
oh
is.
my god, you have to watch. So do you watch TV, Mandy? You don't watch enough TV.
I do watch
Okay.
TV. Well, right now we're interrupted for football. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's
right.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday all day and Saturday night, Sunday all day and Sunday night, Monday night. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, we got to be Tuesday and Wednesday quarterback for all last week's games. Then we got to look forward to doing it again on Thursday. And that goes until February.
Okay. All right, so I get it.
So yeah, I don't.
Well, if you can squeeze in a couple more shows, you need to listen to Leah's book. You have to watch that documentary with J-Lo so you can see that dynamic.
Okay.
And then The Valley, which is kind of like some of the people from Vanderpump Rules.
Okay.
The Valley is on Netflix, and Jax Taylor is on that, and Brittany Cartwright. And The Valley is supposed to be about married couples, like couples that are now turning into family life from like the club life, and now
interesting.
And now it's family life and that dynamic. And so Jax was on Vanderpump Rules, and they got married, and now they have, they live in the Valley, and so it's my cousin's on that show.
No way.
Yep, my cousin's on that show.
That's cool.
He's friends with Jax, but they just filed for divorce on August 27th. So I think she filed. But if you watch, so the reason why I'm saying that is if you watch that show, you feel bad for her. And
because of his actions?
Yeah, you feel really bad.
Yeah.
And you want to just scream at her and say, what the fuck are you, like, you watch it and you're like, red flag, red flag, red flag. I mean, through always, like all Vanderpump Rule, like all of that, you just yell out red flag, and you want to scream to her, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, well, I'm sure the cameras being in her face don't help her see clearly.
Oh, I'm sure. And I think you just want to save your relationship. And
oh yeah.
But he was clearly just not attracted to her, so it was like uncomfortable to watch.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad to not feel that as a red flag.
We'll have to talk about we'll have to talk about my cousin too on another episode. Should see if he wants to come on. My uncle actually texted me. He's like, why don't you have Jesse on your podcast? I was like, I haven't even asked him. He lives in California. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his stories, it's pretty funny though, because they're on the Valley about married couples, and now Brittany filed for divorce and Jesse's getting a divorce.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. You saw that unfolding on the season too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we should have him on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a guy's perspective.
Yeah, he's going through it. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe not now.
Right. No, I think he's fine now, but he was when he was here on Christmas, he was going through it.
Oh, yuck.
He was not.
I'm sorry.
He wasn't feeling great about it. But and their daughter is the cutest kid.
Aw.
I'll send you a picture of her. I said it's like she's like even when she was a baby, you look at pictures and you're like, how is she a baby but she's pretty?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's
one of those kids.
Far between. Yeah.
So anyway,
send me a pic later.
Yeah. So I don't know, Mandy. I don't.
Who else do you
these celebrity couples, they just can't stay together. It's like frustrating.
It is frustrating because we're all invested, right? Because sometimes it's an escape.
Yeah.
And so you escape and you watch somebody else's life, and then when that unfolds, you're like, "Damn it, they were supposed to stay together." Like.
It's annoying.
To give me hope, and
like stop.
That is annoying. Anybody else getting divorced?
Joey Lawrence?
No.
Yeah. Whoa. He's getting a divorce.
Really?
Yeah. So I read this, and I don't know if this is true because I'm not friends with either one of these people, but Cardi B and Offset.
Okay, I never even knew she was married, first of all.
Oh, okay. She's pregnant right now. So, I mean, I guess people can get. Oh, you know who gets divorced all the time too? Christina Hall. Do you know who that is?
Christina Hall.
Do you watch HGTV? She's a designer on HGTV.
Okay, yeah, she just popped up in my search.
She loves to get a divorce.
Really? How many divorces has she had?
So she's on her third divorce since 2000. So she divorced his name Tarek El Moussa. So they were on a show together. Her and
Okay.
and they did their show on HGTV. And they got a divorce and everybody was like, what? They had like a show together, right? And so they divorced in 2018. Then she married this guy, Ant, who was like, had a British accent. Then they had a show together on HGTV.
Maybe she shouldn't have a show with her husband.
And they got married. They were married so she got divorced in 2018, got married in 2018. Like, bitch, calm down.
Yeah, let the ink dry.
And then she divorced that guy, Ant, in 2021.
And then got married in 2021.
And that it doesn't say what I forget when she got married again, but she married this new guy, Joshua Hall, and
3
now
years.
they're getting divorced, dude.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Don't have a show with your husband.
She is just that's a lot really fast. I mean, there's people who get divorced more than that, but she's like in and out.
Yeah, that's not cool. This thing is hurting my head. That's no way.
I like her designs though. She does nice stuff.
She does.
But other than that, it's like, lady, chill the fuck out.
Chill out. Hey, somebody else got divorced in 2024.
Who?
Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott.
I thought she was already divorced. I thought she was already
filed
divorced.
for divorce on March 29th.
Is that her second husband?
Dean? Isn't Dean the one that she did the reality show with?
Oh, I thought they were already divorced.
After she wrote the books?
I'm not friends with
Yeah,
Tori.
no, you didn't watch 90210?
Of course I did. I was obsessed with Night, but Tori wasn't one of my friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was friends with Brenda and Kelly, but I don't know. I wasn't.
And
Donna.
she's very, very cold. Oh, you were a Donna fan?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't a Donna fan.
I was a Kelly fan.
Yeah.
It says she broke the news that she officially filed for divorce on her podcast.
Oh, okay.
And she said it's just one sheet where you check divorce and irreconcilable differences. And okay, love ya. Bye.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's that easy. Donna Martin graduates.
Donna Martin gets divorced.
Donna Martin gets divorced. They were picketing outside. Donna Martin gets divorced. Donna Martin gets divorced. Only 90210 fans will know that one.
Yeah.
Donna Martin graduates. Donna Martin gets divorced. Oh,
I mean,
bitch, please. You don't check off a box and see you later. With all her spelling money?
correct.
Yeah. You know why she's checking a box? Because she had the best lawyers in the world with her prenups.
Correct. Probably. And just did it all.
Do you remember back in the day? I remember watching I think it was like a MTV Cribs type of show, and they took you through the spelling mansion, and she had a wrapping paper room. She's like, this is my wrapping room.
I remember that because I was like, goals. I want goals. I want to have a life where I have a wrapping paper room.
Yeah. And she was like, she had like a humble apartment that she just moved into, this humble little apartment. She had a wrapping room. I sound like a hater. I'm sure she's very nice, but
I'm sure she is too.
But she.
What about?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I did watch a reality show. First time I ever watched it. The Golden Bachelor.
Oh yeah, please. That was gross.
I know. Okay, so here's the thing. Why don't they do it locally?
Like yes. Love is Blind. They go locally.
They go locally because I feel like they set this couple up no matter who he picked for a struggle. Because in that stage of life, if these women are widows or divorced, of course they're going to try to live by their kids.
You know what sets people up? in these Bachelor, which I watch The
What?
Bachelor and The Bachelorette. And every time I watch every season, and every season I'm like, I fucking hate this show. Like every season, I'm like, the whole time, every episode, I'm like, this sucks. These people suck. This is ridiculous. What sets them up is the fact that that no one actually lives that way. Like nobody has a helicopter pick them up. And so it's on ABC, right? So it's owned by Disney. So they know how to give a Disney experience. And then these people go back to their lives and they're like, this guy's weird.
Like, I don't want to see you in your slippers and your what do we call them? Quitters.
Yeah.
I want to, where's your suit?
Where's the suit with the stylist?
Candlelight dinner.
And all the girls have like
and Belize or whatever,
like the professional makeup that the girls are wearing, and they don't actually look like that.
No, I think they all set them up for disaster. Because have they ever really
The Bachelors and Bachelorettes
success? Yeah, have
some
their
of them
marriages ever succeeded?
Yeah, and you know what's actually, I think I don't know this for a fact, but there's a lot of successful relationships that come out of Bachelor in Paradise, which is a way better show, by the way, if you're wondering. Yeah, if you're going to watch, it's like you have to watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette so you can get to know these people and find out who's going to be on Bachelor in Paradise. And then that show is way better.
So they recycle people?
Yeah, so some people are on the show and then they're asked to be on Bachelor in Paradise, and then they go to Paradise and it's a shit show.
Oh, so you're saying it's a better show because of the drama?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's way better.
Not because of.
Well, I mean, I don't know. What do you mean, like production wise or cinematography? I don't know, but it's. What do you mean by better show? The camera angles? Yes. Much better.
They hire the Grammy-winning, award-winning
perfect
cinematographers.
It's all great. It's very dramatic.
Script writers.
Yeah, it's just a better show.
So funny. I'm scrolling through just to see if anybody else split this year.
But I can't stand when the Bachelor people break up. I'm like, thank God. I'm glad.
Yeah, no doubt. Right. Right.
I'm glad you broke up. You shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Good for you. Well, not only that, you got your 15 minutes.
Who's going on that show to actually find love? Come on. You mean to tell me that you're not going on there because you know that it's going to open up doors for you? Look at how many Bachelor and Bachelorettes they're on Dancing with the Stars. They get shows, podcasts. Like, fuck you. You're going on for, go to the laundromat and try to meet somebody.
Here's the thing. I think the smart ones go on knowing that it's going to open doors and knowing that they're not going to find love and using it as a marketing tool for themselves.
Yeah, but that's not shitty, though? That's not a shitty thing to do, though, for the people who are looking for love?
Well,
then
if
you're
just love, I think you're
delusional.
Well, I think you're delusional if you go on one of those shows and you think this is really going to be it. You know, like you're not allowed to meet their family until the very end. You're not allowed to see them in a real life situation. You're not allowed to see them come home from work.
Weird.
You're not allowed to go through a holiday with them. You're not allowed to, I mean, for me, just the way I live my quirky little life, I believe that you have to go through at least one season of holidays with somebody, right? And see the family drama and the discussions of, well, this is our first Thanksgiving together. Oh, but I've been with my mom for the past 24 years. I can't leave her. Well, is this the way our marriages or our relationship is going to be? You're always going to run to your mom.
Right.
So I think you need to go through one full season of holidays with somebody. I think you need to lose your luggage with the person you're going to be with and see how they handle that. And I think that you really need to put them in see them in a stressful situation at a restaurant where the order was wrong or the food came out cold or something happened, just to see how they treat the wait staff. Because I think that says a lot about a person.
Yeah, these people aren't even going to restaurants, Mandy.
That's what I'm saying.
They have people bringing shit to them in a little table inside a pool.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. So if you're going on there thinking that you're really going to find the one, you haven't been through any of the situations to find the one.
Do you have in I don't know, like I watched the show too, and you kind of see where these people come from because, like, when you mentioned family, they meet their family once at the end, and they come walking in, and some people are either like, I don't know if they play it up for the cameras, where the dad is like, "I'm against this," bleh, right? Or
Yeah.
the mom's like, "Oh, I didn't know I was going to be so happy." Like they can't wait for their kid to be like married off. Like what?
No, I pray to God my daughter doesn't do something like that, because I would be like, Casey, look, do what you want, but if you make it to that point, you might want to go to your dad's house, because they're not going to get the full gamut from me. I'm just going to be like, whatever.
You just sounded really Southern when you said that, by the way.
I'm sorry.
That's hilarious. Sometimes you sound really Southern. That was definitely a Southern.
Oh,
You're like, if you get to that
dude,
point.
sorry.
So
It comes out every now and then.
Yeah, you're Southern. So yeah, I know. Listen.
I mean, how would you feel if your daughter went on it? Or your son?
No, I'm not for it. I watch it though, unfortunately, but I
would not watch
like
it. If one of my children were on there, I would not watch it.
I barely watch The Valley because Jesse's on it.
Oh, I believe it.
I watch it, and then my mother I would talk to my mother, and when the first few episodes they made Jesse look like literally evil. Like and I was trying to like, is he being a dick, or is it being edited to be a dick?
Make it, yeah.
And I was like, Jesse's you have to know him. Jesse's Jesse, right? Like whatever, right? But he's not like as bad as it was like made out to be. And I was talking to my mother. My mother's like, I watch it. She's like, and it hurts my feelings.
I'm sure.
She's like, my feelings are hurt watching that because people don't like him. And so it was like really bothering her. She was talking to my uncle. My uncle's like, he's fine. Like what's not a big deal. But
I've had a cousin too in a situation where he was featured on a documentary, and then my dad called, and my dad was like, don't Google it. And if you Google it, don't read it. And so I can see where that it does hurt your feelings. That's your family member, man. And you don't know them.
Yeah.
Like, screw off. Leave him alone.
But I was like,
you got a whole bunch of people coming at you if you do, because we love him,
Yeah, and so if like my kids were on Batch, I wouldn't be able to watch it. No, I'd be so mad.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
because
don't come at my child.
You watch those people, and they're literally making out with everybody.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. I could not watch my child.
That's the weirdest thing. That's the part that and at first, okay, they're making out with everybody because they're trying to like, you got to kiss everybody to find out. But then at the end, when it's like down to 3 people, and they're literally like
the overnight stay or whatever. No,
how are you?
I couldn't
do it.
You're
okay with that? That's crazy. The whole show is literally crazy. So
yeah,
I can see why they get divorced, but everybody else makes me sad. I'm sorry.
It does,
for
especially
Leah.
when I am too. I didn't know she was getting divorced. I found out today. That's sad.
Yeah, I am. I'm sad for her, but it doesn't seem like she's sad. So yeah. I should reach out to her.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Can you ask her to be on the podcast?
I should text her and just see how she's doing.
I think you should.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I'm going to do that.
Who knows? She may go get her groove back doing something else.
Doesn't it seem... Let's talk about this for a second, though, before we go. Doesn't it seem like I would be friends with Leah Remini? I mean, be honest.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Yes.
I thought so.
Like, I could totally see, yes.
I feel like we would be very similar.
Y'all would be great friends.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, you would.
I think you would. I could totally see. I'm going back to the days when we used to do trade shows, and I could totally see Leah walking around a corner and you just being like, hey.
Right.
I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee with my friend Leah.
Yeah.
I'll be back. And then we don't see you for the rest of the day.
Yeah. That's how it would be. You're right.
Y'all would be trouble together.
Yeah. Well, Troublemaker is the name of her thing.
Oh, yeah. The name of her book.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to listen to that.
Yes. And I'm going to send you Pollyanna.
Yeah. And you have some shows to watch. So you got a busy, you're busy.
I'm busy.
So for our listeners, if anyone's listening, if you could do us a huge favor and go over to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would be fantastic.
And share it.
Help us.
Yeah. Help one of your friends meet their new friends.
Here's the deal, Mandy. Everybody has a fucking podcast.
Everybody does have a podcast.
Every time I look on TV or open up Instagram, somebody else has a podcast. That's who we're up against.
Yeah, but they're not as good as us.
No, yeah, you're right. Call her daddy. I think she just
What?
call her daddy. That the podcast Call Her Daddy.
That's a new podcast.
New podcast. Are you all right? Wake up, Mandy.
We're a sports household. I'm sorry. That's what is. If it's
She
not
just signed
football,
a huge deal
it's
with
golf.
I think with Sirius. She just signed a huge deal for like millions of dollars.
Call Her Daddy. Okay, I'll listen to it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Alex Cooper is her name.
Okay.
She's the host. And she just signed a huge deal. Huge deal, millions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so everybody has a podcast. So if our listeners could just subscribe to our YouTube channel or leave us a review. Mandy, wouldn't that be nice if these ladies, the listening ladies,
I would love a review of our podcast.
if somebody gives us a review, we'll send them a present.
Love it.
I don't know what it is, but we will send a present.
It'll be a surprise.
Yes. So, Mandy, I got nothing else. How about you?
I got nothing else.
All right.
I'm happy it's fall. I'm ready for the cooler weather, and let's get this rocking.
Yeah. We have nothing left to say to you bitches.
Nope. Go live your best life.
Yeah. And we will see you next time on My Ex Appeal.
Thanks to our listeners, sponsors, and our lawyers on My Ex Appeal and Everything Divorce Podcast.